One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Hello YouTube, my name is Janitor, and as you can tell this is more of a joke video, but I wanted to make this because I absolutely love the fact that Lillie's suit that she wears to avoid touching the water Pokemon in next week's episode of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime literally looks like a spacesuit, which I thought was freaking hilarious the first time I saw it. But I digress. As you saw in the beginning of the video, we got new footage with the new preview that just aired, which will be the main focus of today's video, as well as the new summary for the upcoming episode, which I'll get into in a bit. So for the question of the day, let me know in the comments, are you excited for the upcoming episode? Of course, we do get to see Ash meeting Lana's sisters, which I think is pretty awesome. And also, what are your thoughts of Lillie so far in the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime? Especially now, since we're about 5 episodes in, this episode seems to show that Lillie's inability to touch Pokemon will pretty much be an ongoing gag, similar to what we saw in past sagas, like how we had Brock with him constantly approaching random girls, as well as Bonnie, always trying to help Clement find a wife, both which I enjoyed. Now personally, I love it so far, mainly because we've gotten both some pretty adorable as well as some pretty hilarious scenes of Lillie in the episodes we've gotten so far. Now in terms of Lillie's character development moving forward, we do know that she will eventually get an egg based on the opening, which will hatch into a Lilla Vulpix, based of course on the poster that we got a while ago. And also especially considering how they handle her in the games, I'm super excited to see how they will handle her in the anime moving forward. And I don't want to spoil it too much yet since the games have only been out for about a week. If anything, let me know how far you guys gotten. But I myself, having recently finished Pokemon Moon, in my opinion, Lillie is the best companion we've ever gotten in a Pokemon game. Not only with how supportive and helpful she is towards the protagonist in the games, but especially when she changes her outfit and design later on. I thought she was amazing, and so I'm very excited to see, with the games in mind, how they will handle Lillie in the anime moving forward. So going off with the new footage that we just got, right off the bat, I just showed you guys in the beginning, we have more of Lillie in just pretty much just like spacesuit, and everyone just like in shock at the fact that she's wearing this, to avoid touching the water Pokemon while everyone else is going fishing. So I think it's important to know, like, with some clarity in terms of like what are the circumstances with this. At least according to the official website for the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime, her description reads that Lillie loves Pokemon, but she just cannot touch them. At least that's what's made it very clear, like with the previous scenes that we've seen in past episodes so far. And at least from what I can tell with the translations, it's not so much that she's afraid of them, at least to the greatest extent, but mainly that she cannot touch them. Because of course we do get to see in previous episodes that she's relatively close to Mallow, when of course she has her Bounsweet on her, so it's not so much that she's afraid of them, but just cannot touch them. At least that's from what I can tell, but moving forward, of course, we'll have more clarity, and so we'll be able to talk more about that. Going on with the rest of the footage of the preview, we actually get to see more of the Seed Ride Pokemon, which I thought was pretty cool. We get to see Wailmer, Lapras, Milotic, which was pretty awesome. Then more focus on Lana, and of course with the fact that they were meeting her sisters, which I'll actually be reading the summary in a bit. Something that I think is awesome with just, this episode in general, is the fact that it's mainly focused on Lana. And I think that's something that XY did very well when they had episodes devoted to specific characters. And that's something I hope we get to see moving forward. Of course, we got with the first 4 episodes, with the 2 1-hour specials, they were mainly devoted to kind of setting up the Sun and Moon anime, introducing Ash and Pikachu to this new region, of course with the Rotom Pokedex, and them capturing their first Pokemon, of course that one being Rowlet. Moving forward, of course, with episode 5, this episode is pretty much devoted to Lana, and of course reading for episode 6 with the preview we have so far, at least for the release date, that's December 8th if I'm correct, the Shocking and Prickly Togedemaru, that episode is pretty much going to be devoted to Sophocles, and so I'm hoping, like how we had with XY, we have episodes, devoted to specific characters. We had kind of like that with episode 4, and like with Rowlet, we had a lot of Mallow throughout the entire episode, but of course also with Lillie and Kiawe, I really hope we get to see, more episodes devoted to this specific characters, especially moving forward, because I think overall they've done a great job with these characters so far, and I'm super excited to see whether like more of their interactions are with Ash in the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. So going on with the summary itself, reading here, quote, with Lana acting as their teacher, Ash and his friends attempt to get a hang of sea fishing. There's a lot of water Pokemon out there. Will Ash manage to catch any? But as the group is fishing, a mysterious shadow appears and its eyes fixed on the water Pokemon, end quote. So from what I can tell, and having played the games, this isn't really much of a spoiler, but one of the trials for for Lana is actually like Wishy-Washy school forms, like this huge water Pokemon. So maybe it'll be something like that. That'll be pretty cool since it's kind of like referencing the games. But moving forward with the rest of the summary, quote, the Pokemon School holds an extracurricular lesson in the form of a fishing tournament from the top of the Seed Ride Pokemon. And the teacher is Lana, who loves water Pokemon. Since Ash doesn't have his own fishing rod, he and Lana head to their house where she can borrow one from her. They drop by the beach on their way where Ash and Lana share their dreams, and then the day of the extracurricular lesson finally arrives. So I'm definitely excited for this because there's pretty much funny moments with everyone trying to catch their own Pokemon. I'm super excited for it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on all this. Peace, stay hyped. As always, best wishes.